As we're talking about Pakistan and Kazakhstan, we have like 30 years of bilateral relationship. We have great economic ties. But I think there's a lot we can do together. So since you are here in Pakistan for the last two and a half years, yes?
Yes, right.
So what do you think that how these two countries came closer in these 2 years? What are the things you have done in the past and what are the plannings for the future?
Thank you so much. Let me first of all inform you briefly on what we've done last year. On April 27th, for the first time in the history of our bilateral relations, we established our Kazakhstan house in Lahore.
Wow.
Yes, and it was a great support and great help of our Honorary Consul, Mr. Rao Khalid. Then in May, for the first time, we organized the very first session of our Military Technical Cooperation Commission. Then in June, we held the first bilateral political consultations at the level of our foreign offices in Astana in Kazakhstan. Then in July, we launched our direct flights from Lahore to
Wow, that
Almaty.
is something was
Yeah,
really
every
interested.
month. Every month, every
Yes.
month. Then in October, we organized for the first time again a fashion show. It was a collaboration between our famous fashion designers here in Lahore as well as in Islamabad. And finally, in December, we held the 12th session of our Joint Intergovernmental Commission. And during these talks, we held a business forum, a session of the Joint Working Group on Trade and Investment. We discussed a broad range of issues in terms of developing cooperation between Kazakhstan and Pakistan. And as the outcome, we signed an MOU on developing cooperation in tourism and in culture. And also, for the first time again, we launched Facebook, Kazakh Urdu Facebook.
Wow.
This year we are planning to work on a dictionary, big dictionary, and hopefully we will complete this work by the end of this year.
That is something really interesting because this is how you can make people closer to each other.
Definitely.
And when we talk about cultural ties and when we talk about tourism, so this is how people come closer.
Yes.
So what are the challenges do you think that Pakistan and Kazakhstan, both countries, have when it comes to tourism? Because when we talk about tourism, yes, there are some infrastructure problems. Yes, we have both, the issues in good hotel industry. So what are the challenges and how we are planning to overcome?
The main issue that we need to address today is connectivity.
Yeah.
Our President of Kazakhstan, His Excellency Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, he mentioned several times that we need to be focused on developing so-called north-south international transport corridor.
Yeah.
And of course, Pakistan in this term can play a crucial role, not only for Kazakhstan, but for the entire Central Asian region.
Yes.
Because it's a landlocked region. And Pakistan can help us in terms of getting access to the warm waters. And that's why, again, last year in December, we held online talks between the Minister of Transport of Kazakhstan and the Minister of Communications of Pakistan. And both sides agreed that we need to deep our talks, our negotiations on this very important matter. As I mentioned, on the 8th of July, we launched direct flights from Lahore to Almaty. It's 2 hours, 10 minutes.
Yes.
It's almost like, between Islamabad and Karachi.
Yes.
It's a great evidence how close we are to each other, even despite the fact that we don't have a common border.
Yeah.
This year, we are planning to launch flights from Karachi to Shymkent, to another big city of Kazakhstan. So this is the way we will be developing our B2B ties, our people-to-people ties, our cooperation in tourism. Last year, for example, we signed an MOU between our sports federations. Now we are developing our cooperation between golf federations, between taekwondo federations, mountaineering federations, then our tennis federations, and this is the way we will be engaging our youth. It is well known that Pakistan is one of the youngest nations in the world, so I do believe that we should be focused on developing this interaction at the level of the young generations.
That is really interesting, and as you have said that we need roots within each other, because now this is a time when we talk about progressive countries, we talk about progressive regions, because without the regional connectivity and when we talk about success, we cannot compete with the outer world.
Exactly.
So how important it is to have these connectivities via Afghanistan, via Iran, so that both countries could have access to each other's goods as well. We can initiate imports and exports, and instead of getting a lot of things from the far away nations, we can have these together. I mean, within the region.
Yes, in fact. the main principle that we should implement in this term is diversification.
Yes.
We should have as many routes as we can connecting our two brother nations. And in this term, we work closely with the TCS, with the NLC. Recently, we met with leadership of Faisal Movers. So big logistics companies from Pakistan are really interested in doing business in this field. And we arranged visits of the NLC people, the head of the NLC, the head of the TCS to Kazakhstan, and they have made a decision to establish their offices in our country.